Okay, so my name's Isabella, and for question number one, what I want to focus on is costume and scenery. During the time that Midsummer's Night Dream came out and was like made, the costumes and sets were a lot more simple. Like they would use kind of themselves and talking to describe what was going on in the play, whereas in this one, costume was a lot more intricate and modern. I think that was part of the director's point, was to make it seem more contemporary with these costumes, because each one adds something specific to the character and the scene. The child actors, I was really confused, honestly. They're kind of integrated usually during Puck scenes, kind of as like followers, and the first time that this happened is when he's kind of like singing on stage and kind of contorting, and the children come out and are kind of like singing at and with him, and they come back later in a different scene where it's also just Puck. And I found this really interesting because I think the point of this is to show like the youthful type of like fairy and like mythical creatures that we're supposed to be dealing with. Something that confused me at first was kind of like the play within a play, and like what the meaning of like the donkey head was, because I didn't realize it was kind of like a deeper meaning of like when it came off and when it went on, because I've never read this play before or dealt with like the original version, so I just was kind of confused. But I really thought it was like interesting how they kind of made it a play to like his character and like Nick Bottom's character, and like how he was kind of like an ass, which was like the point of it. I think this play says a lot about identity and politics, specifically with politics and how it plays into like love affairs, because like the whole reason is like they couldn't be with each other because this or that reason, and their parents, and the way that it shifted the dynamic. And identity, going back to like the whole Nick Bottom thing, it's like how you come off to other people, like how you look to others just based on your personality. Like I just think that says a lot, and I think that it's really interesting that it's like just as applicable today as it was when it was written. And I think that the producer and the casting kind of makes this I feel like they play a part in like gender and racial dynamics with the casting, just with the way that they were like interacting, and I think that was like part of the purpose. One visual movement scene that kind of was confusing to me was Puck scenes. He had a lot of like dramaticity to him that was like made like I personally felt like creeped out by him, when I feel like he was supposed to be like more likable than I felt like, but that's because of his like demeanor and kind of his contorting. Like that just bothers me, so then it makes me feel like I shouldn't trust him, and like he's more of a creepy character than mischievous. Two questions I'd like to discuss. Do you think that you would prefer this version of the play or the classical Shakespearean version, and why? And my second question would be, what character do you think you relate to the most in this play, and why?